Full swing now at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline.
Let's go. Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Here it goes, here it goes.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know I listened to you. Yesterday when we were watching film, you said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
On first down, right back to Lindsay. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Pick me up. Here we go. And 80. Left tight. Tight is right. And 80. Shit. 4 down. 4 down. Alert 3. Alert 3. Alert
3. Now on 2nd and 13. Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point safely through, and it's now a 7-0 game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Lady, under crunch. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Mark 50. You. Ready? Shoot. Kill. Ready? Mike 50. It's our time.
Here's Darnold now on second down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Darnold from the gun. He's going to let this one go deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Man, I got you. SOS. Yellow. Showing it.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. He's got the first down and more past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
4 down. Check.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. What's that? 44's Mike. Check. Watch the curl. He's checking. Crash.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey.
I got you, boy.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Mike, let's go, B. Let's go. Hey, let's get there.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Darren Lee gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
What we got?
3rd and long, it's Darnold. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now it's Crowder. Gets past one man. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Put your hands on him. Get hands on motion.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Push him back.
On Sunday.
50 cents.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He finds his target, Fuller. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
49.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
It's just me and you.
Yellow, yellow. I'm the blue lady. Hey, 15. Attack.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. It's caught at the 10. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 42 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Let's go, defense. And here we go. Watch the twins. Watch the twins.
And again, it's Mahomes. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
That'll be complete to Breida. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Matt Breida, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second and 9, Darnold, screenplay, Johnson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
Here we go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Mahomes. Making the catch is Sternberger. A really nice nice gain of 25 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down. Mahomes now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw, and nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Mecole Hardman the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Come on, QB, come on.
Now it's Mahomes again. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
He's got his man. That's Hardman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the 1st down.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run here with Lindsey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Back to throw, Darnold. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Rashawn Gary drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Check, 47. It's coming this way. Easy.
Mahomes going to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. Now here's Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Mahomes now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They come out here in the eye. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. Dancing, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely 1 play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? And there'll be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Draymond Jones in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes, and he's going to go down again.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
In your face.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they look to throw. And going deep for Hill. It got his man complete. 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, an even 90 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Play action. It's Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. Now he'll escape to his left. He's going to take off with it. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Yellow.
Check, 47. You didn't want this. I got motion. Hey, check, Mike, 46.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
The tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Get him, boy.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Let's go, let's go.
Young lady. 25. Check 20%. Check 25.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing on 2nd down, Darnold. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 43.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
From the 39, Darnold. Got a man that's complete to Hamilton. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 20-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
Every day. Any day.
Check the yellow. Check 13.
Breida, he'll try the right side. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw is Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Mecole Hardman with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw is Darnold. He's got this complete to Hamilton. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
15, man, 80. Nice, sweetheart.
Now it's Darnold. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Chris Jones giving him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Alert. Man, 80. Bring it out. Check 26. Check 26.
And here we go on 4th. Darnold. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
On 1st down, it's Darnold, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. From the 50, it's Darnold. And a pressure gets to him again. Chris Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes.
First down Jets at their own 26-yard line.
Yellow.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Darnold now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yellow 80.
Mark 50. Silver, silver.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll dump this one off to Lindsey. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Back to throw, Darnold. He completes this to Sutton. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
The Broncos on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Darnold from the gun. Open man here is Hamilton. They find some open field here. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. He's letting this one go for Fuller. He's got him in. Complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Flushed out right, and now he's going to use his legs. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. On first down, here's Breida. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know there are plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
It's going to be a long day.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On 2nd down, It's Johnson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Johnson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
At the Chiefs' 38-yard line.
We're outside.
Mike Fofo.
Red 80.
44 is the Mike. 44 is the Mike.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Throw left side complete. That's Pierce. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Gain of 19 yards. And the Broncos first down.
44, Mike, 44.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Darnold from the red zone now. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come.
Mahomes going to throw it here. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.